There we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Misfit Mining, Saturday Night Live. Sorry, I am remote, so it's going to be a little choppy. I don't have any music, unfortunately, but I'm here with my man, Max Voltage. We got Mr. Hawk Crypto, and the Mining King has a stupid laser that he's all excited about because we're here in Disney. He spent like $350
It's not
on
a
that thing.
laser.
Lightsaber.
Exactly.
Whatever you girls want to call it, all
Oh my
right?
gosh.
I'm your host, Chump Change. Good to see you guys. All right, let's do a quick roll call in the chat, and then we'll get to how everybody's week's been. I know it's been pretty epic all around. Let's see. Magic Lucky, real quick, we have a new member, Heinz Crypto. Thanks for becoming a member. You're awesome, dude. Appreciate you, man. Automatic Beats, Zapirate. We have Blue Dragon Mining, Dakota Mining, Joker Miner, Kirk Solar, Patrick Guyan. What's up, dude? Golden Wolf. We have, who else? Rid Puts, Leo Lusting, MH, DJ Mines. Appreciate you, buddy. Who else is here? Let me scroll through quick. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash. What's up, my man? And the Traveler's Travels. Anybody else that I missed, I apologize. But as you guys can see, I'm not at Rondi's, and Mr. Panda bailed on us. So, yeah, we're going to go with that. Now, honestly, his family's not feeling too good, so I told him, I was like, listen, if you don't want to do it, I'm not going to drive over there. Like, you don't feel good, stay home, take care of the kid and the wife and whatever. I mean, he's on vacation and he's sick, you know what I mean? It kind of sucks. So I wasn't going to force him to come in, but unfortunately, that's that. Max, give it to us. How was your week?
That was better. Actually had a little bit of work-life balance this week. So yeah, basically a much less stressful week. It's still stressful. And I'll leave it at that. But better week. It was a better week.
Always is, buddy. Nice, man. All right. Well, how about you, King? How's your week been down here in the lovely Florida, or over here actually? It's kind of to the right.
Yeah, it's been going pretty good, man. Everybody met at the facility, so that was kind of cool. And then I've been working on the network, so
Nice.
I just made a bunch of headway today. I actually have on the other side of me, like, the router and like 5 switches that I'm configuring right now. So I'm trying to make some headway at it. So it's it's fun.
Nice.
Really.
So is this one of these streams where it's going to be like we're gonna look at you and you're gonna look like you're busy doing something like building a node or something, which you're really
because I'll have to plug in my Ethernet, right, and then it'll kick me off the internet, so I can't. I can't work right now.
Perfect. No, that's awesome. I actually saw it. He has a whole bunch of stuff behind the camera. That's it's quite confusing. So I'm just gonna leave it to him. Mr. Hawk, how you doing, buddy? Over there with your DJ headphones. You look great. I like the background, buddy. I like the background. Yeah? It's fantastic.
Yep.
What do you got on the TV for us tonight? It looks different.
It's just the galaxies. I don't know. I got to put something different. I don't know.
Where's your lightsaber, bro?
Oh, it's over there.
You should have seen these guys. All right. We go to Hollywood Studios. And they spent like $350 a piece on these freaking lightsabers.
No, wait. Hey, mine was $240. Mine was $240.
Oh, that's so much better. That's so much better.
Dude, it's actually made out of aluminum, man. It's actually high quality.
I was gonna say that definitely looks like that's costly, no question.
At least it's good quality, right? It's not plastic, but I mean the cool thing about it is I guess you could put it in the corner of your room in the studio, right? It'd be a nice light. I mean,
dude, it's gonna be on my hip, man. All right, somebody messes with me. I was gonna crack it right in the face with it.
You're the worst. You're absolutely the worst.
They're actually made for adults to hit, at the battle with. That's what they're made to do.
Oh, wait a minute. So what is the actual saber part built out of?
It's pure like metal. Like it's all metal. It's heavy. It's like it's actually.
You're talking about the actual
if
you're gonna battle with it, you're not gonna hit with the metal base. You're gonna hit with the saber part.
It's it's plastic, but it's like it's made to battle with each other.
Just go hit this thing. Just turn the camera, run in the other room, and hit him.
We had a saber fight meet the thing last night. We were cracking on them pretty hard, so they're still standing.
I saw our
Wow.
They were beating each other with them. It was pretty funny. All right, let's see. You guys have any questions in the chat? Please feel free to add us. What do you guys think about this whole USDC being unpegged? Did you see all that stuff today, Max?
Honestly, the thing behind that. So, I wanted to say Celsius, but that's not the right one. Anyway, the thing that the company that backs USDC, they only have 3.3 billion in SVB out of their 40 billion in cash. So I honestly think that it's a relatively unstory. SVB, actually, the story is right now that people that have reviewed the finances and stuff have basically said that they can reimburse those accounts that aren't insured up to around 95 to 98%. So it's a matter that's going to take a little while for them to actually get to that point. But yeah, it's I believe that the depegging of USDC is the total non-story of this whole thing. So yeah, maybe at like 95, it'll get back to $1. I don't think that this is death to that at all. I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's I hope my mic's better. I just clipped it on my shirt there. Sorry, I had it in front of me because I figured it was easier because I rewatched one of my streams from the morning to see how my volume was, and I could hear myself gulping my coffee. Like you could hear me swallow it. I was like, maybe I won't put it on my neck, but whatever. All right, it's there now. If you guys hear me drinking, I apologize. It's kind of interesting and it is quite concerning, right, to see something be unpegged like that. But I think it'll recoup. I just think it's going through a big hiccup right now with this whole things crashing and all that. But I don't know.
When this whole thing happened, there was so much unknown. All I saw initially was the exposure, 3.3 billion. Wow, that's a lot of money, right? Mm-hmm. But when you hear that it's only less than 10% of their entire cash reserves,
all of a sudden you're like, billion,
wait a
right,
minute.
or something like that.
Yeah, over 40 billion.
It was crazy.
So it all of a sudden puts everything in perspective. Yes, maybe they don't have a 1-to-1 right now, but they're pretty darn close, and they'll get back there. There's not a path to get there, and it's not their fault that it happened. So yeah, I think, like I said, I think of all the things going on, that's the complete non-story. It's going to be fine. It's going to recover its peg. That's not financial advice, but that's what I truly believe will happen. I think it'll be fine.
Do either of you guys have anything to say about that, Mr. Hawk or Mining King? Do you guys hear about that today at all, or did you just kind of? I know you've both been like slam busy, so.
I just got a little here a while after dinner, so I was at the facility all day working on the network. So, unfortunately, no, I didn't hear about it at all.
Gotcha. I've been spending most of my day researching this, so.
Well, if you have anything you want to talk about specifically about it, Max, just let me know, or if you want to bring anything up, feel free. But
if you want me to go on a 10-minute spiel,
dude, have at it, because I haven't had time to dive. Dude, I just got back from Animal Kingdom like probably an hour ago actually, because I got to throw in some laundry, but I haven't had time to sit down at all. Right, so give it to me.
So let's take it through kind of what happened. And SVB, what caused this to happen with SVB? Moody's decided, I think it was Moody's, one of the rating agencies decided that they were going to derate them, which obviously would have been a big concern. And not only derate them, but derate them like multiple levels. So that alone would cause concern and cause a run on the bank. Mm-hmm. So then the company responded by putting a plan together so that they could alleviate some of this by selling some bonds. Yes, they took some losses on it, but they had more short-term assets available for not shareholders, but account holders, all these things, so that Moody's only was going to derate them one level. The biggest thing that happened was that the VC companies that advise all of these startups said, you know what, probably a good idea for you to take your money out of SVB. They're going through some troubles, which caused the run on the bank. So all of this happened within a very, very short period of time. And so there was the run on the bank. I think it started late Thursday, but continued on Friday, where they shut the doors. And regulators at that point had a choice. They could shut the doors, let it go, see what happened on the weekend, or shut their doors permanently and bring in FDIC as a receiver. And that's what they chose to do, which is unfortunate. because in the situation they were in, and this isn't anything like a Ponzi scheme or anything like that. What caused this was poor decisions by the bank of investing short-term accounts, short-term, money market accounts in long-term bond assets. So when interest rates started going up, the longer the term of a bond, and given the same increase in interest rates, the worse the hit is to the value of the bond. So that's why you don't want to take short-term assets and invest in long-term assets. You want to go short-term to short-term. So you have hopefully have equal exposure on both sides. They didn't
Makes
do
sense.
that. So that caused all kinds of problems. So that's the real mistake that the bank made. But it's interesting because FDIC right now is right now shopping SVB, looking for a buyer. That obviously would save the day and make all of this problem short term go away. But it also has a lot of people concerned about regional banks. And in this particular case, this was a commercial bank, mainly a commercial bank. That's why there's so much issue with this, because commercial accounts are only insured up to 250,000. If you have a regional, mainly consumer bank, most of those accounts are going to be fully insured anyway, because they don't keep that much money at banks. So the commercial part is the bad part. But again, the story kind of has gone, hey, what's going to happen to all these other regional banks? And so it'll be interesting to see what happens to that. But the worst part about all of this is, what is the motivation for, say, a white knight big bank like Chase or Wells Fargo or one of the big banks to come in and actually save them? Well, the government's going to have to make a really sweet deal for them to come in, because right now, this is perfect for them. They've got the 16th largest bank in the country going under.
That's what they want, yeah.
And all the other ones are going to be running for cover, possibly wanting to merge with the big player, which is exactly what they want. We've had so much consolidation in the banking industry. This will only help to accelerate that merger into smaller number of banks, which is bad, which is really bad. That's what's been happening over the last 30 years. And now you'll have banks that we know that there's banks that are too big to fail, but now you're only going to have banks that are too big to fail, which means it might as well be run by the government at that point. They're not private anymore, except the people that own the most shares of those banks are going to make out like bandits because they have almost zero risk. They can make all kinds of crazy things. So anyway, that's kind of the short story of it. One thing I find very interesting is that the chief financial officer of Lehman Brothers in 2007, Lehman Brothers Securities in 2007, was a upper executive at SVB when all this went down.
Oh, damn.
So, yeah, I found that really interesting. Like, oh yeah, from one failure to the next big failure.
Well, that's weird.
Oh yeah, and then before that, he worked for Arthur Andersen, who was the accounting firm for Enron. But I don't think there was really much relation there. I think that's more coincidental than anything else.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess so Coinbase and Binance, right? They halted all USD transactions or USDC transactions, right, within their networks, at least over the weekend, right? So, what do you think the odds are that they open it up, beginning of the week? Do you think it's going to come back, or do you think they're going to have to continue to halt it?
They're going to open up to insured account balances. So every commercial account will have 250,000 available to them. Okay. As far as everything else, it depends on how long it takes them to sell off the assets. And when we're talking about assets, we're not talking about buildings, yes, and other things, yes, but the biggest amount of their assets are their investments.
Right.
So it's going to take a period of time. But because it's a bank, it shouldn't take that long. Maybe a month to 2 months, and most of that is going to be trying to figure out how to divvy up. They're not going to want to piecemeal it out. They're not going to want to, okay, here's a little bit here, here's a little bit there. They're going to do like kind of probably an initial and then probably a final distribution. So maybe after a month they may do one, and then they may do a final maybe 3 months later, would be my guess. Something like that.
Right. SA in the chat said that guy is a bad omen. The guy you were talking about, I forget his name. And then S Chang said,
Yeah.
"LOL, that guy sucks."
Yeah.
Crypto Mining
Somebody had
Insider,
asked,
what's up, buddy? Go ahead.
have they broken any laws? That is unclear to me. It doesn't sound like it, like they broke any laws. It just sounds like, unless doing and taking short-term assets and investing it in long-term assets is breaking a banking law of some sort. But my understanding is that is not breaking any laws. It's just a poor decision.
Right. Right. Speaking of like breaking laws and stuff, or laws in general, did you? I saw something briefly where Biden was talking about, or somebody was talking about getting rid of the wash sale rule. I think it was Biden, if I'm not mistaken. Like it was.
It is. It was Biden.
He mentioned it. Did you read the article? I can't remember. I saw it briefly.
No, but honestly, that's like non-news. Great, get rid of the wash sale rule. That was proposed this year. It was supposed to be codified this year, and then somehow got taken out of a bill for some reason. But
Gotcha.
I mean, so if you're selling, I don't know, one crypto, you got 2,000 other cryptos you can invest in.
Right.
And then go right back into it.
Yeah, you just gotta wait a month, right? Or whatever it is, 30 days. Like
yeah, it's either 30 days or 90 days. I don't remember which. But bottom line is, it's kind of honestly, it's easier because more crypto, you can find a similar crypto that's going to run lockstep with another crypto. So it's much easier. And honestly, for stocks, it's relatively easy too. You know, if you're in a one banking stock, you want to sell it to, harvest some loss, and then you just invest in a different bank,
Right.
or invest goes from a stock to a mutual fund that invests in the same industry.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, there's ways to basically minimize that rule.
Right. You just got to be, you just take a risk somewhere else where it's, I guess, less risky, right? Just do some research. That was actually in the Biden budget proposes 30% tax on crypto mining electricity usage. I'm sure you read that one. There's no chance in hell you didn't read that. So I talked about that this morning, actually. It was actually at the bottom of that. I was just scrolling through it to find it. What do you think about that? Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, but give it to me, man.
No,
what do you think?
It's not going to happen as is. There's going to be a way around it if they decide they're going to do it. That basically, okay, fine. Yes, you have to. We won't count green energy. The worst case will be, yes, it'll be 30%, but if you mine with green energy, you won't have the tax. Great. Do you know how to get around green energy? Buy energy credits, either solar renewable energy credits or some other type of green energy credit to say that, yep, that's mine. And therefore all the power I have came from green energy.
Right.
Companies do it all the time to say they're carbon neutral. They're just buying energy credits.
Right.
So it's the same thing. So anyway, this is one of those where, yeah, shots fired. Let's see how we can shock the market. And it will not go into law the way that it was proposed. Not a chance. Not a chance in hell. Yeah. The other part of it, interestingly enough, is this is something that they're proposing for, like, I thought they said it would go into effect like 2024.
Yeah, so they're saying that's 3 years, it'll go up 10% each year, right. So it's going to be a gradual increase. But my thing here is, like, there's going to be ways around saying what your electricity is for, right? There is no chance in hell everybody's going to be honest and be like, yes, I'm mining, please tax me 30% more. Like, there's no freaking way. I'll find something to say I'm doing, know what I mean?
During an election year, you're going to do something that's controversial, that you're basically going to eliminate a certain number of voters ever
That's a good point.
even having a chance of wanting to vote for you.
That's a good
point. Are you
point.
kidding me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. Now when it comes to taxes.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think of that. Election is like right around the corner. That's true.
Yeah, I know. It's surprisingly, we're less than 2 years away.
It's interesting how fast, well, not interesting, but it's surprising how fast it actually went. Because I feel like Trump was just in there yesterday and he's, whatever. But another
I'm sorry, Mining King, did you have something political you wanted to talk about?
Yes, please, let it out. Then we're going to talk about the flat earth for Hawk, because I know he wants to talk about that.
Yeah. Dude, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. It's not flat? Oh man, they're just looking to just point the finger at the miners right now for energy, right? We're just the new scapegoats. That's what it is right now. I'll tell them I have 3 Teslas in my garage, and that's what I'm charging. So, and I drive them every day, 100 miles or whatever. I'll make something up.
Right.
It's just we're just the new scapegoat. It is actually, I think, was it last? Has it been a year already? Hawk did a piece on the energy consumption of crypto mining, and it was actually a really interesting video. And we're actually a very small amount of energy in the world,
less than 0.001%.
Yeah, that's how small we are, but we're getting attacked. So
Yeah,
it's just
it's
target.
It's a bunch of left bullshit about the Earth is it's just a narrative for control, man. The whole climate change thing is just a narrative for control, so they can tell you what to do. Listen, think of it this way, right? 2 things: if you control money and you control energy, you can manipulate people to do whatever you want. Money probably more than energy, but no one ever thinks about, oh, if they're going to control money, they can control people. Yeah, but if you control energy, get it. You get everybody has to succumb to what you want. So,
but the Earth is still flat, though.
So, like I said, so if you control energy, you can control everything.
There's got to be an inside joke here somewhere. I don't know what it is, but anyway.
Yeah,
that's
must
why
be
they
in another chat. I'm not sure.
So, but what's interesting is that, I mean, this is about freedom. I mean, why should somebody be able to charge their Tesla in their garage, but yet I can't run crypto miners?
Well,
I mean, now the other interesting thing about it is it did not talk anything about residential mining. It talked about commercial mining. Obviously, it would affect you, Hawk, but that does not affect a home miner.
No, we're data center. Thanks.
No, I know.
Hold on. I'm going to put this to bed. I'm going to tuck it in, and I'm going to suffocate it with the pillow. Right? We are not classified as a crypto mining facility. We are classified as a data center because we have hardware that can process. We have that hardware that can process AI. That's the different classification. We have that hardware, and it's available for us to what's the word, King? Like loan out or like subcontract if we need to do that. We classify as a data center. That's the classification, right? So that's just how that's going to go. Like that's the simple answer to it. That's the simple answer to it. What do you guys do? We're a data processor. So
and hey, I'm going to put one solar panel out there. I'm going to say we have green energy. All right.
That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is.
It's one thing gives us all our energy.
It's a chess game. It's a chess game of words. It's a chess game of words. It's all open to interpretation. Everything about what we're talking about is completely subjective. And that's it.
Right.
And that's it.
No, I agree.
Like I said, I think the whole thing is
it's a bunch of fun.
It's a hot topic that gets people riled up, and that's what he was looking to do. And
it's everything.
I think,
all in
honestly,
a nutshell.
it's not going to happen.
They're trying to scare the shit out of you more than you're already scared, right? With the whole market being low and all this shit happening, FTX and now friggin' SPV or SVB. Then it's just everything all at once. They want to scare you to get out of crypto.
They want to
control. That's all they want. They just want control. They can't. They've already figured out that they can't get rid of crypto. This has already been discovered.
And then they can't regulate it. They can. They can do so much.
Our Constitution in the United States will prevent them more than likely from regulation. Will prevent more than likely. I'm not going to say 100% because nothing's ever 100%, right? But more than likely, by the time it gets to the Supreme Court level, it'll be shot down. Just like XRP, I'm going to place a bet right now. I think XRP is going to win this lawsuit. It's looking that way. I've been following it closely. XRP is going to win this lawsuit.
Now we know they're going to lose it, just like ETH going to POS. God damn it, Hawk. Why do you have to jinx everything?
No, I'm serious. I've been following it.
I'm just kidding.
A judge gave a public statement the other day that said, now don't take, it's not verbatim, but he said something to the effect of, the SEC is doing things for their own agenda and they're not adhering to the law. When a judge says that, that's on your case, that's not good.
Right.
There's no jury in that trial. That's the judge's decision. Like, it's just a bunch of fear mongering, just like Blue Dragon said. It's fear mongering. They're just
when Gary Gensler comes out and says Bitcoin is not a security, but everything else everything else, and kind of leaves it at that, and basically makes everybody think that everything else is a security. And the guy who's head of the Commodities Commission comes out and says, no, not even Ethereum is a security. So you have a lot of people within the government agencies that don't agree on crypto. But here's what gets me. I'm trying to remember the guy who was the head of the Fed for like forever. Can't think of the guy's name. Like through Clinton and Bush.
I'm the worst guy.
Remember what his name was?
I'm terrible with names.
And I'm sure anyway, but when he was there, he didn't talk a lot. He just did his Alex Greenspan. So Alan Greenspan. He didn't talk a lot. He just did his job. He wasn't political. And that's what I liked about him. You could say he made bad decisions, that part of the centralization of all the banks happened because of him. You could say all those things, but the one thing he didn't talk to the media and be political. He did what he was required to do, because that's why everybody listened when he talked, because he didn't talk a lot, but when he was required to do the Fed minutes and actually go talk in front of conferences, because that's what his job required, everybody paid attention. But he didn't do this like, well, this is what we think. No. Anyway, the way the SEC is run right now is just a bunch of cowboys.
Yeah, that's it. And that's all it is. It's all publicity. They're going to say, hey, think of it this way. If I tell everybody today, okay, well, we can't ban combustion vehicles, right? But what I can do, this is how the government's thinking. What I can do is I can put a tax on engine production. Just throwing in a hypothetical, right? Yeah. That'll raise the prices of cars so high that nobody will want to buy them. That's what they're trying to do effectively with mining and crypto. They're trying to make it so convoluted and get you so scared that people are just going to be like, you know what, it's probably not worth it. Give me the CBDC. Now, let's not even get into that conversation.
Right.
No,
so,
we won't.
Kirk Solar actually in the chat did say a little bit ago, he said they're also proposing a 40% capital gains tax, and I did read that somewhere too, but I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, they did that a couple of years. They tried to do that a couple of years ago, and that never happened either. Guys, it's all bullshit. Do you understand the people that are in power? Okay, they have millions of dollars. Okay, billions and billions of dollars that are in power. Do you think for one second? I'm serious. Do you think for 1 second they're going to let them pass a law that's going to cut into their money?
Right.
Hell no. This is to get you to vote. This is to keep you in control. This is all bullshit. We talk about, man. Yeah, but the more that we talk about it, we feed the troll. We shouldn't even bring up stuff like this. It's not relevant. It's not. It's all bullshit.
It needs to be.
Yeah, no, you're right.
People need to know that, they need to understand. Well, the people that watch us, anyways, need to understand that, like, crypto's not going anywhere. It's one of those things, right? Like, it scares a lot of people. Like that article alone on Cointelegraph, where it says, Biden budget proposes 30% tax on crypto mining electricity usage. Like, there could be 50% of people that are like, okay, and they just want to sell all their shit. Like, they're not going to think about it. You know what I mean?
Cool. Stop mining. No problem.
more for me. But you know what I mean? Like, it's true though. That's how people think. Like, they're just
right. You're right. No, Chump, you're right. You're right.
Scared,
it's an education thing. You're right. You're right. 100%. I agree with you 100%. You are right. But ignorance is you have to listen, look, man.
I agree with you in the same sense, because I know what you're saying. Like, you feed the troll by talking to it. It makes sense. Like, talking about it, right?
This is exactly what this plan is about. It's to get something out there that's so stupid, and that'll never happen. It gets everybody talking about it. And then you know what happens for the next 7 days? The market's in a slump, right? And people it's crazy. If you could predict, what was that movie? The Taking of Pelham 123. Max, did you see that movie with John Travolta? This is exactly what they're doing.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, so what he did was he created in the movie, he created a terrorist attack on the New York subway, right? Okay, and the stock market just went down, crashed, everything. While he's doing it, and it went on for like a day or two, while he's doing it, he's buying up everything, right? He buys up everything. The minute that the news says that it's over during a market day, it starts to come up, he makes himself a multimillionaire. A lot of this stuff is so they buddies can get in. A lot of this stuff is like that. It's all BS. It's all part of the game.
It could be too, but I think it's really another goal for them is actually to scare people away from it altogether.
That's it.
Right.
That's
People who are uneducated and don't know about it, like when I talk to like my, me and my dad's finance guy, he's like, man, I'm not getting near this stuff. Government's after it, man. Money laundering. He's he starts saying all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so funny when they bring the money laundering thing up. I'm like, man, what's that other thing that they use to launder with? I mean, cash.
Yeah,
right.
This money right here.
We should just make that illegal, okay?
It's God, miserable. All right, if you guys have anything you want to talk about in the chat, just at us or ask questions. Feel free. 50 likes here, 137 people. Hit that like button, please. Appreciate you all for hanging out with us. Sorry.
There's a guy that actually he posts this stuff on his website. I can't remember his name, but what he does is he tracks the investments of members of Congress. Right? He tracks their investments because it's all public record. Right? So he tracks their investments. He watches what they invested, and he follows the same portfolio. He follows the same trend, and he says, "I've always made money."
Wait, hold on. So repeat that. What did you just?
You heard what I said?
No. I heard the following the trend, but who is it? How did that start?
I can't remember his name for the love of me. I really can't. I'll look it up. But what he does is he tracks the investments of people in Congress, like people like Nancy Pelosi and.
Well, it makes sense
they
actually.
Track their investments.
But how do you do that? That's interesting.
Well, she tracks all the investments, right? Do you know she sold right before? I think Nvidia had like a bunch of bad news come out like last year sometime, and she sold right before.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that BS. Right. Yeah.
He tracks all of it, right? And he follows their trend, and he says on his video, he goes, "I've always made money." Because I'm tracking the people in the know.
Well, yeah, it's 1,000% inside trading, but they're not going to call it that.
No, it's 100%. Listen, people in Congress, 100% inside trade.
Oh yeah,
100%. They and you know what they'll do? They'll do it in a way where it could be, open to interpretation, right? They'll say, "Hey, man, I just pay attention to the market." You know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
They'll just pull a Trump and be like, "Don't be mad because I'm smart. Your friends do the same thing." You know what I mean?
That's exactly what he said. When he said that, he goes, "Y'all mad at me? They've been doing this. They've been raking y'all over the coals for years."
Right.
That's what they do. He follows. I can't remember this guy's name.
That's hysterical. But it's freaking smart actually. Think about it.
Think about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. How are you gonna sell a month before Nvidia drops like 40-50%? That's not coincidence. Not in your position. It can never be coincidence.
Right.
Never. So.
Right.
Anyway, I'm just
gonna rip through the chat.
Name. His name.
Oops! Pizza sauce and grease on the blanket. Oh, my wife took a box of pizza in the other room. That's the worst. For real.
Some people talking about the pandemic in the
Let's scroll through.
In the chat during that whole time, don't you think for 1 second when PayPal went down 80%, 90%, when like cruise lines were at like $6, like Royal Caribbean was at a Carnival $6, Norwegian was like at $9. I remember buying Norwegian at $9. That was the biggest money maker like in the last 40 years. The run after that, bro, crazy. Millionaires were made overnight.
Right.
Millionaires made overnight. But man, everything revolves around the money. Everything.
Right.
Everything revolves around the money.
Joker Miner, thanks for being a member for 5 months. I did forget. I actually saw it and I forgot, but he said Chump keeps me here. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for being a member. You're awesome. All right, let's see. Depran, crypto is rough at the moment. Let's talk Terra hosting stories from yesterday and Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom was pretty fun actually. I'm going there tomorrow again. So
Panda's brother. Actually filmed us flying the Millennium Falcon. This was pretty fun.
Did he really?
Yeah. He was sitting in the engineering spot. It was like the third row behind us. Now I was flying, but I was only in charge of left and right. Adam was in charge of going up and down. King, you were a gunner?
Yeah, I was a gunner.
Wait. You guys,
I hit everything, dude. I hit everything.
It was
how come I believe that?
Hey, I'm not gonna say that we hit a lot of rocks in debris in space. I'm not gonna say that the piloting was subpar, but it definitely wasn't the shooting people because me and Panda were the gunners. All right, so
All right, so there's 4 people jump in one ship. That's how it works. I've never seen the ride, so I don't know.
Six
okay.
people.
Interesting. Nice. Zapira, thanks for being a member for 7 months, dude. You're awesome. Appreciate you. As well as Austin, member for 7 months. When's Max coming to Florida? That's what we asked. We were trying to get him to fly in. He wouldn't do it though.
Austin was my first client.
It would have been $500. I would have spent my whole of today on a flight.
My
and I
whole
would
of
have spent
today.
my whole of tomorrow on a flight. And you guys aren't all in the same place anyway.
Yeah, we are. Well, we
Hey,
were.
we got
We were.
like
Last
2
night.
extra bedrooms here, Max. You could have stayed here, man.
Yeah.
We got beer. We got
Hog is so against that
Yeah.
Airbnb.
You guys have a secret chat. You wait till the last second to ask me. Yeah, it's all a conspiracy.
we don't have. Hey, I don't know anything about the secret chat.
Oh, by the way, for the record, King started the secret chat. So just saying.
No, I
I think
didn't.
it was him.
Actually,
I don't know.
I'm being squeezed out, guys. You know.
Oh,
Wait,
it was
was
Hawk.
that?
It was Hawk. All
I'm
right,
not
he
going to
just-
leave King out to dry. I started the Disney chat.
I was wondering who started it.
Oh,
wasn't-
really?
So it wasn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. You were coming to Disney.
Who invited me?
You didn't you say? Never mind. I'm not even going to speculate. I don't remember the conversation.
Oh
I
my
really
god.
don't. I could have sworn you said that you couldn't come, but that was because it was talked.
Power Minds asks if Panda is like we imagine. It's kind of funny because like his
Guys.
voice is verbatim his videos. Like it
I
doesn't
stared
sound
at him.
any different, and it's straight. It's like where I'm standing in Magic Kingdom, and I was the first one
Guys.
to meet Panda, and he comes walking up. I don't know what the hell this guy looks like. Never seen him before, right? He's like, chump change, and I'm like, what the hell? Like I just. This is so weird. And his wife's like videoing because it was like great. But I'm like, what the hell? Like you don't sound any different. And it's just it's just surreal. It's surreal looking at him.
Joker minor. I didn't say no. I stared at Panda like this for like 5 minutes.
Like you're an imposter.
Just trying to put the face and the voice
Oh, it messes
together.
because you have such a different picture in your brain.
because you don't think like we.
Well, because everybody
you know,
thinks of what that voice sounds like what it's gonna look like, and then when you see the person, it's so different from what you expect, and you're like, wait, it's crazy. Like it's the same thing with my voice. You know, when I came, I almost said came out. That sounded weird. But you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? When I actually made a video, that's what people were saying too. It's just it's one of those things, you know.
he's such a nice guy, man. Like we had so much fun, dude. It's been like we've had a lot of fun.
Right? Yeah. No,
He got to see me and Mike get into an argument at the table.
Oh
It
my
was
god,
awesome.
that was perfect. That was the funniest thing ever. We literally watched him and. It was Mike and Mike, so Hawk and Vistang both just arguing at this table. I'm in the middle, of course. I'm in the middle of these two, and I'm just like sitting back, like.
I grabbed Chum's phone by mistake.
And I'm like, now my
That
phone's
was the funny
involved.
part. He's
I'm
like,
using his phone. I'm hitting it on the table, like I'm just using it because I talk with my hands, and Chum's watching his phone. Like, I get my phone. I get my phone.
It was so funny. Oh my god, it was a good time though.
It was great. It was great. It's not over yet though. We're all meeting up on Monday again. Doing I think King said they're smoking something on a what's that thing called? A Traeger? I don't know. I don't know that crazy stuff. I just
well, the plans kind of changed because I think the location might be changing. So
yeah, we're going to Rondi. Rondi's here, everybody too.
So,
Rondi actually came down too, so that's been pretty cool.
Yeah, so he.
I haven't watched the chat. The secret chat to get my info.
Yeah, so his place has a pool, and I was like, the kids might like it better, and we could always throw Panda in the pool. So I think
told
it'd
him
be
I'm
great.
throwing in
We'll
the
just
pool.
tackle him. We'll just throw him in the pool. It's gonna be great.
Everybody's gonna grab a limb, and we're just gonna go in 6 people
That's
at one time.
Done.
That's it.
Done. It's
That's
gonna
all.
be great.
I told him.
You're gonna
In the
video
pool
it,
and then drag a
and I'm
flower on him.
gonna have to do like the editing, and I'll just have the panda head on it, on his body, as it goes into the water. We do have to record though. We're definitely gonna get together and record and do something, but we're gonna have to obviously blur or block his face. We're not gonna do that to him, as long as he's okay with it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, Because I was like, I messed with him too at the facility. Remember?
Yeah.
I grabbed my phone. Like, all right, guys, he live at Terra Hosting. Here's Red Panda. And he goes, I'm like, no.
He's like, F you, Hawk.
He's like, Hawk, you, bro.
Yeah, and it's very awkward calling each other our alias names in real life.
Our handles,
because there's no real names being used here. It's like, people are looking at you weird.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like,
I wonder what they think when they come to our table and we're saying all these weird names.
Yeah, right.
They're serving it.
Not to mention, you'd think Hawk drank like 10 beers because he called the waiter Frank like 8 different names when he called him. He's like, "Hey, Steve." I remember the guy's name. He just called him so many different names. Come over here, Bill. Yeah, I was like, his name is Frank. Like oh my God, that's a riot.
We took a bunch of pictures together, man. I told Panda that I would put his logo like right over his face.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'm just gonna put a smiley
It was so
face.
much fun, man. It was so much fun. His family is awesome. Like,
dude, his wife's
everybody's
so
so nice.
His kids,
yeah, everybody's awesome, dude. Like, I gave his mom a giant hug. I said, "Thank you for making this such a cool son. I really appreciate it." Oh, it was awesome. We had a good time. And he's yelling at me. He's like, "Hawk, stop being weird." I'm like, "Nah, man. I'm gonna take your parents." I'm walking with his parents like this, like his mom and dad walking down a thing. Like I just sold them 10 acres of land somewhere. So funny. This has just been funny.
Have him hold the camera. That's what I said, DJ. That's what we were gonna. Yeah, I was like, listen, you need to make a video. We're all here, and it didn't happen. But whatever. Obviously,
we're having fun, man. Like, we had so much fun. We went on rides. Like,
I thought you were talking about at the facility. I'm like, so much fun, bro. You conned me into doing electrical work.
I don't recall.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I did it though.
Was there anything work to be done at the facility?
Not really. There was a couple things like I was like, dang, I really need help doing this, and then Chump's like, bro, just let me see what you got, bro.
Yeah,
ding. Like, I'll knock this out in 2 minutes.
Pile of stuff. Yeah, I mean, he needed a couple plugs. I was like, yeah, I can do them. It's fine.
Just to wire some 20 amp.
It only took him like 6 hours to do it. I mean, at least we weren't paying about the hour.
We didn't have glue. We were missing friggin' like. All right, it's like looking through a box of Legos for like that one Lego you can't find. Right, that's how it was. This box of electrical shit that was just everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, because they ripped everything out of Hawk's old facility and threw it in this room. So it's like going in Lost and Found and trying to find something.
It's like, in that room though. It's all there.
They had everything except for glue. They had they were missing glue. Actually, one other thing. What was it? What the hell else were we missing? Why did they have to go?
No, you went. You got glue and
the breakers.
The breakers, right? Well, they need we need a single pull.
Yeah.
Not a double. We only had all doubles.
Yeah. That's what it was. It was good. Let's see.
Pretty fun.
Big Black subscribe to Hawk. Awesome, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
All these guys' links are down below.
What was really cool is like we brought Panda there just to kind of hang out and do everything, and then he's like, "Yo, King, let's work, man. What do you got? Show me what you got." And then they literally spent like hours on the switch on the router.
They got
it
or whatever.
And they got it working, like because we had to redo a bunch of stuff, and
we got it to come on.
Yeah,
it worked.
It was work.
That's about it. And then I broke it again.
I love Retro Mike Crypto's tweet. Coming soon to Terra, electrical fire.
Bro, listen, all right, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. All right, it's off the record. Nobody clipped this. All right, let's see. We had actually Retro Mike was saying he was a pigeon whale earlier, and he was also saying that we were just mad. The pigeon was up 240%, and it actually was. We were in Terra. Panda's on the computer, and he's like, "What the hell?" He's like, "Pigeon's up right now, pigeon coin," and I'm like, you know what? I was like, "F Retro Mike, all right? F him because you know he's pumped right now." I was like, "F that guy," like cursing him. He's not even around.
He legitimately was like, "Oh, bro, get fucking wrecked, bro. Pigeon coin's up 200%."
That's exactly what Panda said.
He's like, "Get fucking wrecked, bro," and Chump's walking in with dirty ass hands installing electric outlets, going, "What?"
I was like, what do you mean it's up 240%? I was like, F you and Retro Mike. Both suck.
Oh, man. Good times, man. Good times. That was awesome, though, having everybody there. And then, like I told Panda repeatedly, like, dude, like, you don't have to, like, You can just hang out, man. Like, don't feel obligated to like, do anything. He's like, nah, bro, let's get to work, man. Let's work. Like, that's what he wanted to do. And it was just awesome to do that. So it was great. It was awesome. Had to have a bunch
What's up, buddy?
Not over yet. It's
not over yet. We still got a couple
Monday's
days,
gonna
man.
be fun.
Detroit
Monday's
Irish said, I'm right by Terra. I'll buy beer. He said he needed a transfer switch installed. Detroit Irish, he's right near you guys?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Is he hosting with you guys?
He's got a few units. Huh?
Is he hosting with you guys?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Nice. That's
Yep.
awesome.
We have a few of his units. Yep.
Nice.
We finally Monday morning. Oh, so I do have an update, but doesn't mean it's turning on right away. But the Lumen contractors are starting to bring in the line Monday morning, so that's going to be cool. I'll make sure that
So that's what we had to wire the plugs for. So they had them in case.
Yes, we have to wire the plugs for Lumen. Yeah.
RD said, "Did you guys launch 10 L3s by any chance?"
Yes, we have.
Those are the boxes I saw.
L3s. Yep, we have his L3s. We were going to deploy them Monday, Tuesday time. I think we're going to do that because we had to wait for a few things to come in the mail to allow us to put them in the room.
Right.
So because
I saw them though, they were there for sure.
Yeah, no, they're here. Yeah, they're here. Yeah, he gave them to me. He's a good dude, man.
I think he got them. Is that get them from Coastal Crypto? Is that where he?
I think he purchased them from Coastal. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing the stickers.
He's actually sending over 2 more S19s, and then we're gonna get those up and going. So, but yeah, no, we have a few people with L3s, man. We have a lot of L3s. We have like 6 running right now, and then with him, we'll have like 17, 16, 17.
Almost 20. Yeah, almost 20. They seem to be pretty popular.
Adam's got a couple too that he's gonna plug in eventually, which is no big deal. But he said RD27 said it was a DCA buy, so he seems like a pretty smart dude. I ended up meeting him at the restaurant actually, and he dropped off all his stuff, and he actually drove up. He said he got them for $199 each.
Oh,
not bad.
That's not bad at all, actually.
No, not bad at all.
They're not. I don't know how profitable they are, to be honest. Right now, I have to look, but
I think on low power,
$199 you can resell them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty cheap. In a bull run, you'll be able to sell them. They're still hot. They're still hot, man. Like I was looking at a few for myself, and I'm like, now they were like $300 last time I checked, like for a decent one. So I was like, I'll just wait. I finally mining again though. I finally turned on 3 rigs on Caspa, thank God. So, so all right. So John, the wife says she wants to come down to the restaurant. Do you guys want to come down before you leave?
They have the Luigi is great. The
Luigi. Go back to Arizona, will you? Jesus. I would love to, but it's like 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. I drove it last night.
Further down. I still have to go the other way, 22 hours. I don't know. We'll see. We'll debate. She already conned me into doing 5 days in a row at Disney. I'm gonna be dead.
That was rough, but I was there to help.
I've only done.
I was there. I was taking babies. I was kicking balls. I was doing whatever I had to do. I was throwing chips out.
My kids are like all over them. It's hysterical. My daughter runs up and grabs King's hand. My son went and jumped on Hawk. I'm like, I'm just pawning my kids off. This is perfect.
It was nice. No, hey. A picture, and it's all of us holding
the daycare invoice is in the mail. Okay, so the Mighty King daycare.
That's so funny because you can just see King. He's like, oh, all right, you're holding my hand. Okay. It's like,
great. I was even playing with Panda's son at Magic Kingdom. Like kids are great, man. I love kids, man. I can't wait till my son's able to like run around and I can like do stuff with them and then put them to work.
Yeah, it's so tough. Like when they're first born and they like can't hold their own head up. Like that's like the not fun part because you got to make sure, you know what I mean? But once they start being able to hold their head up and moving around, then it's like you want it so bad, and then as soon as they start talking, you're like, please stop talking for a minute, please.
Your daughter was so funny though. Like your daughter was so funny. I was holding her coming out of the Star Wars park, the Star Wars area, and like I just like turned and your son was kicking the ball. And I turned and I said, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. I didn't mean to like bump into. I bumped into someone. And she goes, excuse me. And then she goes, it's okay. And she goes, nice to meet you. And I'm dying laughing the whole time. I thought it was hysterical.
Because she just repeats everything.
such a like personality. It was, oh dude, so funny.
That's
So
awesome,
funny.
dude.
I can't wait. I can't wait till my son is born. Hey, push it out. Let's go. I'm getting impatient. Where is she?
She's there somewhere.
She texted me. She goes, the only time I get to see you is when you're live streaming. I'm like, that's messed up. That's not true.
It's kind of
What do
true.
you mean? It breaks my balls all the time. It's the worst.
That's kind of true, though. You're always working, bro. I get it.
Well, I'm trying to I got to get it out of the way now. So then when he's here, I can take 2-3 months off. Well, maybe not that much, but maybe 2 months off. That King and Mike can run the show for a little while.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
And then I'll be with her. Like, that's why I'm just trying to hustle now. We're trying to get everything up and going. Indiana, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Let's see. Crypto Mining Insider said, I grabbed 2 L3s in December. Really nice, simple miners and very configurable. How they are profitable, and I'll hope they're profitable in the next bull run. Yeah, because right now, I mean, I guess there's a couple different models. The 504, 600, and then they have the plus models. I don't know what the difference is. I guess.
Yeah, I think it's hash rate power. I think the ones that we have, King, the ones that we have for our clients, they're all L3 pluses, right? I don't think there's any pluses. Are there? I can't.
No.
Look, I got right here.
No, I think they're just the pluses, man. The only plus we got was was that other guy with the what's miner.
Overboard Tech said plus is just better bind and faster fans.
Yeah, because we all have pluses. We don't have any pluses. Yeah, King's right. I'm looking at them right now.
They do use too much power. You can see it there. Like, so I'm looking at the screen. You guys can't see it, but it's the L3 Plus 504 mega hash is 800 watts. Then it says the 600 mega hash L3 Plus is 850 watts. The L3 Plus Plus is the 580 mega hash, which is 942 watts. And then the L3 Plus 596 mega hash is 1050. So
right now we have a client getting
more.
We have a client. I'm not gonna state his name, but we have a client getting 500 mega hash at 696 watts. I believe that's the Hive OS, like low power mode, or you can tweak it in Hive OS. So he's got a total. Yeah, he's got a total for 4 of them. He's got a total of 2750 watts, 2750 watts, and he's just over 2 gigahash. So not terrible.
No, it's not bad at all. Looking at what they should get, it's not bad.
Right. So, and he's been on now for a while now. How long these things been on?
Wait, Geek Mall Trade said my L3 Pluses were free, best deal ever. What? How'd you get them for free? What do you mean, man? Dude, he's like Geek of all trades. He's a geek. He's definitely like, he finds the best deals. I don't know how he does it, but he got a shed that was like repoed off someone else's lawn, brought to his house.
He knows the guy that knows the guy. Come on, man.
He knows everybody. It's insane. He gets the best deals ever. Like, how do you get a free L3 Plus? But that like $4,500, I think he paid for that shed. Did you see it? It's huge. It's huge.
It's huge.
I'm like, that is amazing. That's an amazing deal. A hobo shed said doing the crypto. No, it's, dude. Yeah, I don't know. He said it smelled funny, so maybe somebody lived in there. I have no idea. But it was a repo. It was a repo. It was interesting. I would totally buy it.
Secure Crack says, Hawk Crypto, what are hardware errors in BTC ASIC miner? Should I be worried? What hardware errors are you getting? Hardware errors in a BTC ASIC? It depends on what's the error say.
Yeah, gotta know what the error is.
Right, let us know. Sometimes
if it's red X,
you may have seen them.
I don't know
the hardware.
Well,
I did have issues with my S19. That Bitsby Trippin fixed it for me. What was it, man? It was the control board that sits on the top. It was bad. It wasn't reading everything.
The Pran just said it means the chips are having issues. Could be just lower clocks, you said, or it could just be not working at all. It depends.
Yeah, it depends on what it says or what the errors are. A few hardware errors while mining, I believe, is normal as long as it's not excessive. Crypto Mining Insider says, "Oh, okay." I mean, are you seeing them on the dashboard or are they in the logs? Because I'm sure there's errors all the time in the logs,
I
right?
get a couple on my S19. I don't worry about it. Yeah, it'll be good. Oh,
It makes so many of those S19s though, man, like so fast. Like you're just bound to like have issues. Like I told you, I had that one. I had to. It was down for like 2 months. I had to like call the Bitmain, and getting them on the line was awful because I only bought 2. Like, you know, if I had 200, I would have had a personal cell phone number of like the CFO. You know what I mean? But no, I bought 2, and it just like they seemed like they just didn't care. Finally, I had found this place in Rhode Island that does the service and repair, and then they couldn't give me a straight answer. So then I asked Bisbee Trip, and I sent it to him. I'm like, yo, just let me know what this costs to fix, and he fixed it. So yeah, pretty cool. If you guys need ASIC repair, he's actually very good. He's got a great customer service. Like they got it done quick. If anything wrong with your ASICs,
he
man, hit up Bisbee.
Does that for a living, like repairs ASICs?
It's a part of his business. Yeah, part of his business.
Know
I fully recommend it. And the prices were good, man. Like it wasn't that expensive. The control board was like, it was like less than I think all in all with the just fixing it was like a less than 125, 130 bucks or something like that. For my situation, every situation is going to be different, so don't take that number and run with it.
It depends on what on the control board is bad.
Right.
Way too fast for you. So, by the way, Chump and Hawk, I am not pulling the trigger on those S9 miners. Total waste. Yeah. So
yeah, he sent that to you too.
Yeah. So he was asking me. So I told him not to buy them at first, but it was
really.
So, yeah, it ended up being 400 bucks. I think it was like 4 S9s, or maybe it was 5 S9s.
It was 5 S9s and 1 T15.
Yeah. So I was like, when he told me 400 bucks, I was like, I guess it's not a bad deal because you could always resell them. I'm like, but they're not profitable if you're going to turn them on. Like, you're going to lose money. That's, you know what I mean? But if you wanted to flip them, like if you could wait a year or 2, flip them. You make some money.
Well, that's not true. It's only not profitable if you sold your Bitcoin you mined. You determine when you take the profits. Just saying.
All right. If Bitcoin goes to like 100K, maybe you'll make some money.
I'm just saying, what happens when it's all minted? And let's say those 4 little S9s made you 1 whole Bitcoin, and it's worth like $10 million at that point.
If you get 1
was
whole
it
Bitcoin
negative?
Off of 4 S9s right now,
I think
you have a better chance of seeing God.
I mean, eventually, maybe at the end of their life they could. Maybe, I'm just throwing numbers out there.
Detroit Irish just said, LOL, Kaboom just had an S9 for $10 plus shipping included PSU. But I don't know what he was getting at.
Maybe it wasn't a bad.
I don't know. Yeah, I at first, like I said, I told him no, and then I was like, maybe. I mean, $400, who knows? It's really, at the end of the day, it's not much money. You know what I mean? You spend that on a GPU, right? So.
Yeah. No, crypto mining insider. I did not get more flux at the low there. I decided to spend $250 on a lightsaber. Sorry.
I bought a little bit of flux.
What's flux at right now? I don't even know.
It's like 60 cents last time I checked.
Let me see.
Maybe if it goes down to 40, I'll go for the Stratus node.
Let me see. I guess I could share my screen, right? Tire screen. There we go.
Oh, speaking of flux, everybody catch the news from this morning?
No, I bet you're going to tell me.
I did not.
I am going to tell you because Hawk, you should be ecstatic.
Am I? Should I be?
Cypherpunk.
Oh, yes. I did hear that. Sorry.
Is going to be in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes.
At the end of September.
Ah! You know what's so funny is like you know what? No, I'm not going to say it. I'll just see y'all there.
Just say it. Just say it. What is it?
No, nothing. I'll just see you guys there.
He was going to say something and he realized he probably shouldn't say it, so he didn't, which is smart.
I'll just see you. I'll see you guys there.
Look at you.
Tara will be there with a booth.
With a booth.
I will tell you that I will be driving because I don't want to buy tickets. Not to prohibit anybody from getting there. It's very unlikely that there would be a hurricane, but it is the beginning of hurricane season.
No,
typically they don't hit Florida.
It won't happen the beginning of hurricane season. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right. Max, I'm telling you, anything less than a Cat 3, the stores stay open. Trust me. We'll be all right. We'll be okay. And if something happens, man, don't worry about it. Just come to the house. All right.
Yeah, go to the facility. We'll be good. We
Yeah,
got
bro,
you.
There
I'm
you go.
telling you right now, the facility is built like a Soviet bunker. Okay, it was meant for World War III with Russia in the 90s. That's what it was meant to be designed for. There ain't nothing taking that place down. It'll be a Cat 5. We'd be in there chilling with the power on.
With the power on. Yeah, so actually, you know what's interesting about that? They're not too far from the SpaceX, right? The launch site or whatever. And I
We
guess
hear the booms, sonic booms. Yeah.
I guess they built that base there because where it is actually located on the where how Florida is designed, where that location is, the storms coming from the coast don't typically hit that direct area, and they've never had any type of like crazy storms basically go through that one spot, and that's why they located that directly on that point. So you
Max,
guys, that's probably
come
why you
here.
haven't shut down for a long time. I was actually, someone told me that today. I was talking to them about it.
Well, thank you for telling us that we have a great location, Chump. I appreciate it.
They do. Like it's I guess it's scientifically proven that it's a good location. So that's why we've never been shut down, or it never got shut
All
down.
the places in Florida are built like overkill. Like anything that's built like from like 70s and up, everything's complete overkill.
Oh,
like
for sure.
it's ridiculous. Like our facility, there is no need, okay, for a 22-inch thick wall. Okay, that's completely EMP resistant. Like there's just no need for it. Like I asked the owners when we were renting this place, I'm like, hey man, like, right, like, what? Why is this place built like this? He's like, man, I don't know. King's got a theory that it's an old black site for some 3-lettered government agency. And he thinks it was like a would you say, King? You thought it was like
Project Singing Bird is done there. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. It's just,
I'm telling you, I'm gonna find something there. Watch, it's good. It's gonna be epic.
What did Pocket say? Hawk, I drove to where Rosen Center is. Glad we didn't stay in that area. Rosen Center. What is she talking about? It's the Rosen Center.
Who was saying this?
Your wife.
Let me see.
In the chat. What's the Rosen? The Rosen Center?
Rosin, maybe?
Rosen Center? Rosen Center? DJ Mines. That's a good one. That's a good one, DJ. I'm gonna give you that. AT&T, 3-letter agency. Yeah, I got you.
3-letter AT&T.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm so lost.
All right, guys. I'm gonna head out for the night.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it a night, anyways. You guys don't have anything left
All
you want
right.
to talk about, do you? Anybody in the chats or?
No, I can save it for Monday.
All right.
Aw.
Well, I want to go spend some time with the wife. I got to get up early and go to friggin' Animal Kingdom again. But I'll keep you guys updated. Maybe I'll make a short or something. I just didn't want to drop it.
Wow, that sounds horrible, Chump Change. That sounds horrible.
What? What, going to Animal Kingdom?
Oh god, yeah, I gotta get up with the wife, the kids, and go to
Listen,
Animal Kingdom.
Max,
oh jeez.
Max, listen.
I gotta go drink some beer and play some poker.
Anybody's
He's
gonna
been
feel
lucky because he
40.
said he'd follow him around for the first 3 days. I was following him around, and the weather's been nice. It hasn't even been that hot. It was like 82.
No.
Bro.
No, it's been
hot.
so. Hey, I was
It's
here
hot.
when the swamp ass was heavy. Okay,
Man,
the
look,
swamp
man,
ass is actually not that bad right now. It's actually decent.
it's decent. Let me tell you something. From a Floridian, let me tell you something. It was beautiful at Disney the past couple days. Like it was cool. Like it was nice. Let me tell you something. Go to Disney in the middle of August.
No.
Be my guest.
Oh, thank you.
Bro.
Won't be 15 minutes before you're like, oh, fuck this. I'm out of here.
Yeah, you know what? That Avatar
Seriously.
ride, I went on that today. That was pretty cool. It was.
How was it? I never been
It
on
was
it. Was
pretty
cool?
cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah, like if you get
So they
motion
got to
sickness,
do Tron
don't do it.
ride.
I didn't know what it was. We went in line, me and my buddy.
Sat in this thing, right? Like
So like it's you know those birds they fly or whatever, like the dragon birds, whatever the hell they are. They like hook into the freaking their hair and shit. You get on like this seat where you're like driving a motorcycle almost, right? And it like pushes up against your back, kind of holds you in, and it takes the floor out from under you, and it's like a huge 3D screen, and it like kind of flies you through it. Like I didn't know if it was a roller coaster. I had no idea, so I didn't know what to expect when we went into it. But if you get motion sickness, probably not for you. It's intense.
I can't
VR.
do those.
So like it didn't last long enough for me to get sick, I guess, right? But like if I didn't practice prior with like VR stuff, like my buddy was like, yeah, I started feeling a little nauseous at the end, and I was like, all right. I'm like, yeah, thankfully I know what VR feels like, so I'm kind of a little used to it at this point. Like it's, I knew what to expect, but it will get some people for sure.
Did your son go on? He couldn't go on the ride, right?
This was just me and my buddy. Like the little kids couldn't go on it. So yeah,
what was the weight?
I don't know, dude. I'm never exceeding it, so I never look.
We waited an hour for the Star Wars ride, but it was totally worth it.
Well, that's how the Avatar one was.
Flew the Millennium Falcon with red panda mining. I mean, that sentence alone is just one for the ages. I flew the Millennium Falcon with red panda mining.
A bunch of nerds.
Mic drop. I'm out. See you guys later. End the stream. I just ain't nothing left to say.
All right, that's it. We're out of here. King, go enjoy your freaking poker and beer and whatever else you got to do.
Yep. Later.
Guys, appreciate you all. Have a good night. We will catch you the next time. I am not going to stream tomorrow morning. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Monday.
Later,
well, I don't know.
everybody.
We'll see. Have a good night. Max, thanks for being with us, buddy. Appreciate you.
Later.
Too bad you're not in Disney.
Take care, guys.
I still love you, though.
You should come down, Max.